So if I have something like this where I am not able to select the item, how can I do it? Let's try to complete this today. Browse products. Okay. So if you just go with UI Explorer, maybe you can follow the same for other items as well.
Can you please share your screen?
Okay.
Your screen is not visible.
Okay. Good. Sure. What about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
So
it is okay.
yesterday we had a requirement, right? So rather than going into this products, uh, we products the page. How can we get all these details? Okay. So for that, see, for everything there is a UI, and that UI we can map. The only thing that's happening over here is there is some UI element that is being hidden, and that's being uh, unhidden. When you hover, this is unhidden, this is hidden. So if you just go over and if you just see, there are list of items that are available. Form, div, or you can select with this. Div, product menu, div. Okay, see here are the divs, UL, LI. So if you just double click on this particular item, so what is this? Inner text, right? The next one is LI, and here we have inner text as adhesives. And let's also see with the last one, UL, and here you go, product. So the last one is building, if you just observe. So we need to identify a parent for this. This is the one, and this is the one, this is the one. So three divs, and then product menu. So inside product menu, we have all the list of items. So can we identify all the LIs in the product menu, and can we find the value? Simple. If I want to know if a person is available in the class or not, can I just go into the class and call each and everyone's name and find out if that person is available in the class or not? Is it right or not? General normal scenario.
Yes, yes.
So
It is
what we
right.
can do, so this product menu is a unique item. Okay. So here we have inner text, everything we have. So all we need is this product menu. Let's go ahead, copy. I'll be using find children here. Find children. And what I want to find? I want to find home. So all the products that are available, I just want to find them. But here, instead of target being browse, I'll give the target as product menu div. Okay, this is valid. And what is the sub, where or which one should I map to? We need to check all the LIs that are available. Is it right? Or all the anchors that are available. Am I right or not? All the anchors in the submenus. So if I just go ahead and double click on one of the anchor, let's see, inner text. Okay, let's see with inner text. Maybe anchor is not possible. Okay, anchor came out. So here you go. Parent ID, we can check with product menu. You can just remove anchor A and index. But if you see product menu, anchor is what we want. Inside product menu, we require something with A. Just copy that. Web control. So this is what we want. IDX we can remove. Okay, let's hit on X, and here we need to find all the descendants or all the down items. Children are the first items. Descendant can be at any level. Okay, so there are multiple items. Let's go with descendants and let's see if it is available or not. And here we will find out. Um, let's see what is the output of this. This is IEnumerable UI element, IENU menu items. Okay, now just go ahead and loop in with all the menu items. See, the menu items are already available in the page. They are just not visible for you. That's it. For each UI element we can take. Okay. So for each UI element, the target we can what is the argument? UI element should be the argument. Target. Okay. This is not coming. Let's go back. We can directly use for each. And after for each, let's go with. So what is this argument type that should be changed to?
IEnumerable.
What is the collection that we are using? UI element?
Array.
Boolean.
We are
Array
using
instinct.
no, we are using UI element. UI element is also a type. Here with UiPath core UI element. If you just want to know how did I get this, go to variables, see IEnumerable of what? UI core UI elements. So there is a collection of UI elements over here. Okay. Here I go IEnumerable menu, and here what do I need? Do I just need the inner text or what? Product menu we have, product menu addresses we have, product menu. So what is the name that we want? AA name, right?
Inner text with the link.
Inner text with the link.
Href link.
Yeah.
Href is link is there.
So href and inner text. These two we require. Okay. So this is what we can get. Get attribute. Okay. So get attribute will get one property out of it. So the attribute must be selected and the attribute is AA name. Okay. And save to item name. See the naming conventions. If it is a string, I'm just mapping it to str AA name. Okay. In the same way, let's go with the next one. But here we need to just point out the item. So what is input element? Get attribute, target. So can item be the input element or not? Here when we are taking collection of items and we are getting one item. So can we give this item as the required item where we need a name?
Yes.
And for the second one, can we give, let's also take item. And here, instead of a name, it should be href. If I am not getting a href over here, URL something on the browser tab, just I can copy this href tag and I can just paste it over here. So this is what I want, and str URL. Let's Control K and paste. So three concepts that we are learning here: find children and looping in find children and trying to get the values out of items. Have a breakpoint, debug. we are getting the items, but let's see with locals. So you just need to understand how locals work. That will be easy for you to debug anything. Okay. So how many items do we have? Do you have 31 items? But you can just see with this item. So if you just open this one, clipping region selector, HTML app, more, product menu, anchor tag, message, more, adhesives. Can you see the names now? Adhesives and sealants. Here we have cutting metalworks and metalworking, anchor tag. Next, here we have electrical. So let's go back to the website and see is it correct or not. Abrasives, electrical. So are these correct? We have 31 in total. So let's go ahead and just try to check with the values. So the first one result is abrasives, ANA, step into, and HREF. Let's see if we are getting HREF or not. And this is HREF. So is the value correct or not?
Correct.
Okay. So even though we don't use this particular table extraction, we can still be able to get all the values. Now, here there is a catch. Now, if I want to create a table, how can I create it? Any idea from anyone? How can I create a table with all the values?
We can use create data table.
Okay. Where should I create it? Is it on the top or at the bottom?
Each attributes, na, the loop.
So the table should be created once, but rows should be added every time. Create table.
It's build data table.
Sorry?
Build data table.
Yeah, build data table. And in this build data table, we have, what do we have? Edit, the column 1 is product name, and this is okay. And the column 2 is URL. Okay. Now, if I can just close everything, so URL comes as a string.
Bajrang,
Yes.
India.
Tell me.
Yeah, that was I was saying. That
Yeah.
URL should be a
Now here, add data. So we have a data table. In that table, we need to add a data. So here the data table can be, on the top we can give it as product table, DT, product table, and here DT product table, str, what do we have? Str ANM, comma, str URL. There is some dot in the beginning. Let's close the dot. So is that all we want? We don't need anything else, right? So this is an array where we are passing the values. One last thing that we need to do is let's go ahead and add all the items into a Excel sheet. So let's go to the top and minimize this for loop for each. And then here let's go ahead and write CSV. Okay. And here from data table is dt product table. File path is find children elements. Outputs dot csv. Since this is csv, let's go ahead and give csv. And can we just run it? Run file. So what do you think the output will be?
Product name and URL table.
Table is created in CSV file.
Correct. Okay, this is done. Let's go ahead and refresh. Find children output. Yeah. So can you see the names as well as their relative URLs?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we have. Now maybe we can just navigate to this particular URL and get the values. So everything is possible once you know how to get the items. Okay, so we have covered actually 5 to 6 important interview questions in today's meeting. Till now, whatever we have done. So let's go with the team's notes and just quickly update them. That will be easy. Are you able to follow from the day one? I think today is day 3, but are you able to follow the method or follow the advancement that we are doing in the project? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what we have discussed, how to extract a collection without using table extraction. First thing is identify pattern. Use find children. After finding children, then what we need to do? Iterate through all items.
For each.
Yes, it's for each. Extract required fields using what?
Build it. Get attribute.
Get attribute.
So one important question here is that you will get if let's assume, okay, I'll do this. Let's assume that we don't have a UI or we don't have text in the UI, but the UI is in the selectors. How will you get the data from the selectors rather than using get text and get full text? So what is the answer?
Using the get attributes, we can get it, no?
Yeah, use
By
get
using
attribute, and we need to send in 2 items over here, the element itself, and the second one is what is the attribute name. Okay, so if you can get these 2, then we are good.
hello, Vajran.
Yes.
Can we identify the color by using get attribute?
If the property is available, yes, we can. So here we have the details, right? Like in this
Yes.
properties, if they just see in the property explorer, can you see that there is class? Can you see focus,
Yes.
background, and the text? So if there is a color attribute here visible, then we can do it. If we don't have it, then no.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
CSS selector foreground as well. So it should be available. Without any detail, we cannot get it. Okay. Next one. how to build a data table in UiPath.
Using build activity. Build data table activity.
Okay. Now I just need something here. So my requirement is in Excel, basically the sheet name cannot be more than 31 characters. Is it right?
Yes.
That's what it's being mentioned.
Yes, sir.
So how can I make sure that the sheet name is also given in this particular CSV? How can I do that? Like, okay, I have this one. So let's also create one more item called product name, and now the sheet name. Okay. So let's hit on OK. Now how can I get 31 characters? We already have the sheet name, the name available. Now all we need is we also need to add something called,
One more.
yeah, we need to create one more str underscore sheet name, and for this sheet name we need to add the value. But how can we do that? Like, we just need to get the value from here. How to do that? Do we need to use get attribute again?
No, we already have that name, no?
Okay. So can we just assign the
We
We
value?
can
already
use
saved the
that.
variable.
Assign
Yeah. So
Okay.
from that variable,
str. So can we just use substring?
yes.
So str sheet name, that should be equal to str a name dot
A name
substring.
dot substring.
So what substring will do? It will take the characters. So from
Yeah.
what index? We need to start at 0th index. Okay, until what indexes we have? 31.
5, 6, 31.
So let's go with 30. That should be good. Okay. So we also have sheet name over here. So let's go ahead and give sheet name. So let's give it str sheet name. Okay.
Bajrang, to avoid spaces, can here also we put dot string,
Dot trim.
substring?
Okay. See, spaces will come in substring. Substring space also will be counted as a character. If you just want to remove each and every space in it, then you need to first use replace and replace all the spaces with empty characters, and then you need to use substring. But for now, this is enough. Okay. So let's go ahead and give it a dot trim as well. But trim will actually remove if there is any extra space in the end or beginning, not in the middle. Run file.
But
By the way, I just changed my mobile number. I hope you all got it. So here it is. Index and length must refer to location within the string. So we are asking to get it for 31, but the problem here happening is substrings are less than 31. Then how can we do that? So here we are going to see an inline if condition. Let's see within an inline if condition. Inline if condition. So we already have an if condition over here, right? Like, we can just use if condition and we can write the code. Yes, but other than doing that, let's also see an inline if condition. Inline if condition goes like this: brackets, condition, comma, if it is true value and false value. So here in our item, we'll do something like this. If the string length is more than 31, only then trim it. Don't trim after out without that. So can we check it something like this? str underscore product name dot length If it is greater than 31, comma, then use substring. Str product name dot substring of 0, comma 30. If it is greater than 31 characters. But if it is less than 30 characters, can we just give product name, str product name as its value? Just understand this flow, not just understand this if condition. So this is our if condition, or you can just write something like this, a clear explanation. If product name is 31, then what we need to do? Use substring and get only 30 characters, 31 characters. Okay, else what we need to do? Write the complete name. If it is less than 31 characters, just write the complete name. So instead of writing all these 4 lines of steps, we just used okay,
Condition.
we just used one line of code. Got it? Let's go ahead and give this value back. So this one, sheet name, Control Shift T. So let's go ahead and give it. So this is a name. So a name dot length, a name dot substring, a name. So if you just see what I'm doing, if a name dot length, if it is greater than 31, then do a substring, or else give it a proper name. So what output is telling? So it's giving me some error. Dot length, it is 31. Okay. Substring.
Then you didn't the condition if.
Sorry.
30.
Yeah, it should be an if on the beginning. If. Okay. Now this will give me the sheet name. Let's go ahead and run it again. Have a breakpoint over here. Debug. So what is the get attribute value? Abrasives, right? So is this a value less than 30? So what is the sheet name? Abrasives. So let's continue. But here we can also see something like this. See, in breakpoints, there will be an option for you to check with the value. So here we have breakpoint at assign statement. So let's go ahead and settings. So condition, this should stop only when if str a name, if it is dot length, if it is greater than 31 or greater than 30, only then stop. So now what will happen? It will not stop every time. It will stop only when it is 30, greater than 30. Now let's remove this one as well. Are you able to understand the conditional breakpoint here?
Yes.
Let's also try to check add conditional breakpoint. So here, what are conditional breakpoints? So instead of stopping on every run for the breakpoint, if we need to stop at a particular condition, for example, if we need to stop when the value of a breakpoint or when the value of a variable is 2 or 3 while iterating, so it will stop only at 3 if we give a condition. So in condition there is settings option, there we need to give the condition part and log part on what it should print. Okay, so this is one important point that we can. I'm just removing slow step here so that it can move faster. So if you can see here, we stopped or this stopped because the condition met, and we can see the value, or we can see in the immediate panel str name dot length. So what is the length of it now? 32. So step into and then continue. So we can also disable this breakpoint. Just click on this place and this will disable all the breakpoints, and it will give me all the results. What are the different activities or panels you use for debugging? So what is the answer?
Immediate panel, local,
Okay. Local panel. Then
and output.
output. Then
Step into
Watch. Not sure of.
watch. Log message. Like activities or panels. So log message. Then what else? What else do we have? Let's go back and see if we have anything else. Activities, snippets, full call stack. We'll also sometimes use this call stack. What call stack will do is it will tell us if you just hit on break. So it will tell us from get attribute it went into body, and after for each it went into do, and then use browser it. So this is how it went. So browse, do, for each, body, get attribute. So once that is done, it will go into the next one, add data row. Okay, so this is what we will also use call stack to just see how the code is executing. Call stack. Okay, so let's quickly complete this one without any stop. Maybe this should be completed. Continue within no time. Yeah, this is done. So let's go ahead and see find children. Yeah. Can we have, did we have the file sheet name now? So what exactly we did is first we tried to identify the problem, and we found out that if we don't have more than 31 characters, then it's throwing an error. So we wrote an if condition to make sure that only when there is more than 31 characters, the only then trim it. Okay. So this is how we can do it now. So instead of going into each and every activity, let's understand, or let's try to complete this particular activity. So let's go into main. So what main is doing? We are getting queue items. So for each queue item, it's bringing in the performer. So yesterday, with our project or without code, what are the things that we have done? So we created two things, right? First thing is dispatcher, and the second thing is performer. Working back on project. So what are the two things that we have? Dispatcher and performer. So are these both linked with main or not?
Yes.
Okay. Now
Yes, it is linked.
just understand the flow. I need to run the dispatcher only if there are no new items in the queue. But performer can be executed any number of times, like whenever there is an item. So how can I get this done? Give your ideas.
Using RE frame.
See, don't
By
go with RE
having two
framework. RE
robots,
framework is the
Okay,
bloody
okay.
idiot thing here. Use
Okay.
your
by
logic.
having two separate robots.
Yeah, maybe can this happen like this? The same robot in the beginning checks for if
Add
there are
queue
new
item we
items.
can.
Like if it can check for any new items. If there is no new item, then it can add
Okay.
new items. And if after completion of adding new items, then it can go ahead and work on the performer. Can this also happen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see how this can happen. So in the main, first what we will do is if no new items in queue, then execute dispatcher. Okay. Let's assume that there are 4 robots running. Okay. Now when 4 robots are running, if every robot starts at a single instance and if every robot executes, then how can we limit this one? See, I'm talking about a single process where we have both dispatcher and performer. How can we have a control of adding or stopping duplicate items to be added?
If we have a key for the queue item, we could use element exist in the queue.
Element exist is for the UI, it's not for queues.
Like
Is there any
by
property?
Don't ask me questions, give me answers.
Duplicate plus
like,
properties. Duplicate.
like by adding a unique references.
That is one option. Second thing is, while executing dispatcher, again, if there are no new items in queue, before adding items to queue, have a quick check again. Check if no new item is available. Only then add an item. Okay, so this is if we don't have a reference or if we don't have a unique item in the queue. So I'm just doing something like this. I'm going into a movie theater. I'm checking for if the tickets are available or not. And I call my friend meanwhile. But when I have called, I need to go back and check if there are tickets available or not. Okay, if there are tickets available again, then I'm checking. Now, when I am already in the place, I will continuously bring in new members. I will in front of the ticket counter. On the other side, there will be a person who will give me a ticket, and on this side, I will segregate it to my members. So I will just check if there is a new ticket, bring one member in place and give him a ticket. Again, I will ask him if there is any other ticket, like if we have any new place, yes, go ahead and place it over there. Okay, so this is how I'm trying to do. So in the code, if you want to see fast reporting get queue items, so this is queue items and we need to perform for all the queue items, right? So how can we use the dispatcher? Let's go ahead and add dispatcher code over here. So can we just go ahead? So if we just have get queue items, okay. Now let's see if okay. So here we are getting new items, right? Can we just search for queue items dot count, queue items dot count. If it is equal to 0, so if there are no new items, can we continue with the dispatcher process? First, what are we searching for? What output will it give?
Checking there are items or not.
Exactly. So after checking the items are available or not, I'm coming over here and telling, okay, if the queue items count is 0, then go ahead and run the dispatcher process. But here again, I will just check, okay, now is there any queue item? Then I will loop it. So are we having a dispatcher and performer in the single bot here? We are
Yes.
running dispatcher over here. After completion of dispatcher, we are getting the queue items. If there are new items, adding running the performer for it. Now, even before we do that, open workflow. So, can we also bulk add queue items? Once we add queue items, we can also see something like here. This is what I said. But why do we need to see so many times like add queue items, get queue items, get queue items? This is the problem we get when we use single dispatcher and single performer in the single code. Okay, now here we go, and again we'll just go with the same logic. Condition, if condition, get queue items. So I extracted all the values. Now I just need to add them to queue. But before adding to queue, I'm just checking out if there are items already or not. Some other bot might have added, right? I never know. Maybe I'm working, but some other bot came in place and it started adding items. So I need not add again. Okay. Are you understanding this logic or not? Is it
Yes.
confusing? Let's run the flow and just check. Main, step into, I'm just doing a step into. Step into. So what is the first thing that it will do?
Queue item.
If you get the queue items,
It's getting all the new queue items. So will this
queue items,
dispatcher
yes.
continue to work?
It checks the condition if the count is 0 or not.
Yes. So is this 0? False.
Yes.
So it will not run, or the dispatcher will not work. Else condition came
If
out.
count is greater than 0,
Yes.
then
Now we are using get queue item to check with the items. So why do we have get queue items? Because we are already checked over here, right? Why are we having this again in here?
You need to check like it's new item or not.
I didn't get you. Like,
We need to check it's a new item or like
yeah, but we
it's
are
the
already
state.
checking it here over here, right? Then why are we having get queue
in
items and
case
the
in case if the count is 0, it will go to the if conditions,
exactly,
then loop, and then it comes out.
exactly. Now this we already have some items. That is the reason it is 0. If we don't do it again here, the queue items will be 0 here. It will not loop in. Okay, but if the count is 0, it will go and add new items. Again, we will come back and we will check for new items. Yes, there are new items, and then loop in and work on all the items. Okay, continue. Thanks for the answer. So let's see. I think this is running in the background or foreground. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is running. So will we get all the 7 items output here? So 7 products. So only 7 products we have, and we will loop in all the values. So we have 10 more minutes or 15 more minutes. What we will do is we will use or we will try to deploy this particular robot into multiple machines, and let's see how things will be executed. Okay, I need volunteers. How many of you are ready with your machines and robots? How many of you are ready? Bit fast. Data.xlsx. So here if you can see there are multiple pages and I have all the pages building including building. I have everything. Okay. So this is how I'm extracting the values. But the same thing I want to do it with multiple machines. Now multi-robot is what we are bringing in. Come on guys, speak out. Who is ready? Get one queue item. Navigate URL and then extract products right to sheet. Okay. Now what we are doing, deploying project. Multiple machines. So what are the different ways of deploying project into multiple machines? Okay. There are hand raises we have, Kaveri, Poonam and Srinip. What's the requirement? Do you still have any question that need to be answered? Oh, you are ready to share, Kaveri?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then share your screen. We need another person where Kaveri will give her access. Kaveri, please share your screen. And Poonam and Srinip, let's go ahead.
My screen is visible, right?
Yeah. So here we have Q and here we have values. So the first thing that we need to do is, see, any robot must be configured first. Okay, go into home, not there, on the left side. There you can go and check for users. So at the bottom you can see there are 2 named users and 2 robots that we have. Okay, license allocation. So give me the access once. Okay. So let's go into more admin. And here we have accounts and groups. So we have one user, that is Kaveri, right? Now what we will do, Kaveri, you are the admin of this orchestrator. Okay, let's give Poonam and Srinip access. Poonam, give your email ID in the chat. One person should be fine for now. Make it fast. We need to complete it within the next 5 minutes. Yeah, uipath76@gmail.com. So click on invite users, Kaveri. and then use uipath76@gmail.com. UIPATH 76@gmail.com. Okay, hit enter. Yeah. So wait a second. So you are giving what type of access? You are giving everyone access. So that is a group, and automation users and automation administrators and developers. So you can give automation users because you are asking her to execute. So user will be able to just execute it. Click on invite users. So leave services for now. So what we will do is we'll also deploy the code. Okay. Let me take back the control, or let me share my screen back.
Okay.
Poonam, meanwhile, you will get an email from UiPath. Just wait. Don't open or don't do any activity. See, there are two ways how I can publish this code. First thing, click on publish and then send it to orchestrator. Okay. Second thing is I need to send it to a production machine. So now here, what is the production orchestrator? Which machine are we using as production orchestrator? Or which cloud space? Give your reply in the chat. Which cloud space are we using as production orchestrator? If you know it, tell, or if you don't know it, tell don't know. I need an answer. Yes. So Poonam workspace will be considered as a robot, but Kaveri is the admin for the orchestrator. So Kaveri's machine or Kaveri's orchestrator will be treated as production orchestrator. Okay. In that production orchestrator, Poonam will be one of the robot. Okay. And along with Poonam, if Kaveri gives access to others, we can have multiple other robots. But the production orchestrator is Kaveri's environment. Okay.
Vajrang, I have a doubt here. So
Yeah.
robots in the sense the user itself is called a robot.
The machine is called as a robot.
Whatever. So now we have saying that the Poonam is one robot. If I have given access, so I'm also my mission also one robot, right?
Exactly. But all the robots are orchestrated in UiPath orchestrator.
UiPath, yeah, the admin one who like
Exactly.
Kaveri, right?
So all the robots are controlled at one place. That is the orchestrator. Okay.
Yeah.
We are not using Kaveri's robot over here. Understand that. We are using only the orchestrator. Now let's go ahead and deploy it. Now the two ways is I can deploy it into my workspace, but in production this will not happen because you will not have access for the production machines or production orchestrators. So all you need to do is you need to do a custom publish. So here you go, package properties. Let's go with fastneal. Fastneal. So here we are going and we are selecting on the current version and the new version. This is fine for now. So instead of this one, let's go to custom and here. So this is the, okay, let's create the folder name. This is June 2022. Okay. So project team one Vajrang. So I'm creating a new project here. So that is June 2022 and here new folder. Select folder and production publish packages. New folder published packages. So I'm just publishing it to my local machine. I'm not publishing it to orchestrator. What normally you guys will do is in the interview. So can you tell me how do you publish your solution to orchestrator? So if this is the question, what will be your answer? Can you please type in out the chat? what are the different ways you can deploy code into deployment of different environment. By sending out NuGet files. Okay, I need more answers. Publish directory to orchestrator or add package. Okay, I think we have taken this session in the for the members who paid early. I think they should at least answer. Yeah, but anyhow, see, there are two different ways. Or first thing is directly publish, or first thing you need to connect your studio to different orchestrator and publish to studio connected orchestrator. So this will be done only in dev environments. Okay, but in actual production environments, this will not happen. So what we will do is save or create a NuGet package. So what is the extension of the file that's created? That is a NuGet file. Okay, share package only to the deployment team. Okay, so package. So once the deployment team gets the values or gets the package, they will upload package to respective orchestrator. Okay. So once after they complete uploading package, they need to do three things: create a process and link package with machine to be executed. Okay. To run it from orchestrator, create a job. Okay, understand this. Uploading package is like, okay, I have this code and code should be deployed somewhere. And creating a process is, okay, now I have the code, I have the list of steps. This can be done, explain something like this. Daily, I'm asking you to come at 8 o'clock, right? So, but to do that, I need to add you into the meeting link first. So, adding you all to the meeting link and asking you to come is creating a process. But you coming and working or listening to the session, or you are doing the actual work, is the job that you are doing for each and every person. For everyone, daily it's a job. So if I conduct a next session at next 1 hour, that's a new job again for you. So that's how you can take this particular example as. Now let's go ahead and let's give it out. So where are we? And let's go into home files. So I think we already have code. I'll also deploy this in here. Git space fastneal. Copy link. Copy. Post. So I'm directly writing it to Kaveri. Deployment or development is completed. So is this welcome process that we are looking at? All right. please move into prod. So I'm asking her to move it, and along with that, I'll just give her the link. So code, first link, share link. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go and upload the code into production orchestrator. Kaveri, share your screen, please. We'll be completing the task in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Download it, please.
Yeah, I downloaded that.
You download it. Just go into your tenant. So what is the first thing that we need to do? Upload a package. Package, tenant, packages. Upload package. Browse. Yes. First lane. First lane. Yes. Upload. So we are just writing the code, or we are just uploading the code. Now we need to tell where should we deploy this. Okay. I think that's already shared in the shared folder, right? Go to shared folder. I think there are processes that are created already. Go to shared ones. Shared. Yeah, automations. Process. So we have welcome process. Add a process. Add a new process. Select the package. Yes, fastneal. And then just hit on next. Yes, but if you can see, go back, go back, go back. No, no, just go click on the back button. Yeah. If you see, there is queue status is missing. Can you just click on the plus over there on the right side? On the right side, yeah. Import, no, not import. Press cancel. Next to import queue, there is plus button. So what it will do, it will create a new queue for us. Okay, click on add. So now our queue is available for us.
Here it will be created. Queue.
Like instead of creating it over there, it's just creating it here. So UiPath has upgraded so that it will check with the code and it will suggest us. Okay, click on next. Yeah, click in the display name, just write fastneal.
Start now.
You can start. So the process there, account, can you just select your account, please? Instead of account or robot account, any user, can you just select your name? Not available. Can you go to your robot, your UiPath assistant? Can you see the project available? Now what we will do is you don't run. Rather than you running it, let's go ahead and let's ask Poonam to run. Poonam, so how can Poonam execute the code available in Kaveri's machine? Can anyone tell me that? Now Kaveri is the production orchestrator. How can Poonam run this?
Share
We
access.
already invited the Poonam.
Exactly. So we
to
have
manage
created
the
a robot to execute a particular package. Okay. So Poonam, share your screen.
Yes, sir.
Make it fast, please.
Is it visible?
Yep. So go to email, go to your email. Yeah. Click on accept invite. Okay, now you are just accepting her invite and you are creating a name in which organization?
Welcome.
You are creating it in Kaveri's organization.
Yes, sir.
Okay, leave the checkbox. Hit on next. Yep. So now on the top, you can see cloud.uipath.com, Kaveri, authorized link. This is what it's coming in. Let's wait. After the sign up is completed, now which orchestrator are you available in?
Yeah. I think it's Kaveri.
Exactly. Now can you go to UiPath Assistant? UiPath Assistant. Yeah. Can you just log out and log in again? Just log out and log in. Click on the human symbol. Yep. Sign out or sign in. Just sign in. Yes. So it's asking on the back. You can see timeout error. So gateway.
Error.
Yeah, that's because you have logged in too many times. Just close the tabs, or you can just close the three tabs. Yes. And log out.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Actually, my Teams is not working properly. That's
Okay.
why I'm using browser.
That's fine. Don't close the first tab. Close the other tabs. Yeah. Now try to log out and log in. Sign in. Yes. Open with UiPath always. Okay. Refresh. Click on refresh, please.
Yes.
Okay. See, there is an yellow button. Can you see? What is that yellow button? Connected to orchestrator. Hold in it.
Connect your
Unable
IT
to retrieve
department.
license. Okay, tomorrow we'll see retrieving the license and all. If possible, you connect with Kaveri and get it resolved. The only thing that's happened is your robot is not connected or given a license. Though you are invited, you are not given a license. Okay,
Okay.
to execute. Fine. So for today, let's stop it. But you can connect with Kaveri and others. Connect within yourself or connect with others and make sure you complete this activity. The code file is already available in the Teams. You can use it. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see the execution and also the GitHub creation for our code. Correct?
Vajrang,
Yes. Yes.
a small query,
Tell me.
if you don't mind.
Yeah. Tell me.
The NuGet package which we are publishing in the local machine. So
Mhm.
that package without using orchestrator, can we run in studio?
Yes. We can run. The thing that we need to do is, okay, can you disconnect this one, please?
Yes.
Okay. Now can you connect it again? Instead of machine key, go to the top. Instead of machine key, yeah, service URL. Yes, just click on remove that as well. Remove that. Yeah, just go with cloud.uipath.com. Then try. Yeah, sign in. Okay, yeah, you can run it. The thing that you need to do is you need to have the execution license at least. But to do it, you need to have the code placed in app data UiPath folder. And your
App data
orchestrator,
UiPath folder.
yes, your orchestrator should not be connected. Because if your orchestrator is connected, then it will throw an error. Because you don't have the license, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can still
Okay, sir.
execute without orchestrator. Thank you.
Okay. So how can I execute without orchestrator?
That's what I said, right? You need to place that NuGet package and export the package. So what exactly this installing is doing is, it is taking the package and downloading it and unzipping it at a specific location where robot can access. That's what is happening. Okay, you can leave it for now. Just check with the code and then you can deploy it. Okay, deployments don't take much time.
Yeah, hi Vajran.
Yes, Jaypal, tell me.
Yeah, in real time, like we have 20 members. For 20 members, we have only one orchestrator and one workspace only.
There can be 100 members and we can have one orchestrator only.
Okay.
See, orchestrator is a place uh, where we monitor things. Like even if there are 100 members, if we want to monitor them, how can we monitor? We cannot go to each and every machine to monitor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of that, we can just go ahead and check it here.
Okay.
Vajram,
Yeah.
if you want to deploy the code in production or test environment, the only way is adding package to the orchestrator, or is there any other way?
This is the only way. So if you are connected to orchestrator, you should not go with any other way. This is the correct way.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, can we close it for today? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you learn
Yes,
something new for today, or is it the same boring stuff every day?
Yes, sir. We
we learn
learn
more things.
new.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only two members are speaking always.
Yes, Vajran, we learn.
Yes, Vajrang, we learn new things.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I'm stopping the recording.